Come on down, gather round, let's cook it right. With Lisa by our side, we'll shine so bright. A healthy fork, it's a fresh new start. Learning to nourish our bodies and our hearts. From the garden greens to grains so fine, Lisa shows us how to make flavors intertwine. We're chopping and slicing, feeling so alive, embracing healthy eating. Every day we thrive.
Hi, friends and family. It's Lisa Cooperman, the registered dietitian from Simsbury, and her dog Luna, who is super noisy in the background. I'm coming to you today and making a new recipe for you. It is called Amish beef and noodles. Now, you're going to say to yourself, what is she talking about? So, I usually call this beef stroganoff and noodles, but just found it as a title that it was called Amish beef. And I looked up why it was called Amish beef, and it apparently was produced by a woman. I'm going to put a slide in with all the information, but it's a woman who is Amish, and she makes quilts, and this was her recipe. So the New York Times copied it, and so it became Amish beef. Now Simsbury TV has purchased these beautiful cameras for us to use. So you'll see that we have some tracking abilities today. So it's kind of fun. You can see how it's tracking me in my field. So this way I can show you all of the ingredients we're going to use. Now I know it was already posted, but we've got a new camera to play with. So this is very fun. So we've got onion. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Onion, mushroom, and that no one's ever tried this before. This is fake beef. So remember last time we used tofu? This is a meat substitute. This is a Beyond Steak product. So the Beyond brand, like Beyond Burger, they make Beyond Chicken, they make Beyond Beef, they make Beyond, you name it. They keep coming out with a whole bunch of new stuff. This particular Beyond Beef, Beyond Steak product is my favorite. So let's go over what this actually is. We've got Beyond Steak. These are plant-based seared tips. 21 grams of serving per 21 grams of protein per serving. Sorry, folks. This is low in saturated fat. It is just a smidge of fat in there, about 6 grams. So if you can see the label. Oh, it's hard to maneuver. Here we go. So the label is, it's about 3 servings per container, but I do stretch it and get 4 servings out of it for my family. Each serving is about 170 calories. And we have pretty minimal sodium in terms of fake meat products. A little bit of carbohydrate and a whole heck of a lot of protein. So, and it also is a good source of potassium and a smidge of calcium and some iron, which you don't find every day, which is great. So let's turn this camera back around. Here we are. Let's do that again. And we are going to get started. So I've already gone ahead and cut up 1 large yellow onion and 2 shallots in our bowl. So we are going to see if this is going to work. So I'm going to start by adding a smidge of olive oil to my favorite pan. And turning on my heat on medium. And I'm going to add my cut up onion and shallots, which is these little purple onions right here. If you haven't ever used shallots in your cooking, I suggest that you add them. They are delicious. It changes the flavor profile of your cooked onions. And we will let that get started there. Stir that around a little bit. And once that heats up, we'll add some stuff to it, and then we will, what I call, sweat my onions, which is when they get a little liquidy, then we'll add in our mushrooms, and then we'll make our base sauce for the meat. While this is going, and I'm actually going to turn it up to 7 on my dial, because, you know, it's Tuesday, and I got places to go. We're gonna come over here, and it so happens that I made amazing matzo ball soup for my friends the other day, and I had some leftover parsnip. So I have these chunks of parsnip because I don't like to use the really thick pieces in my soup. So I am cutting these up, and I am going to roast them. And then I also found some leftover broccoli. So I'm going to cut all this together, and we're going to roast this. And I don't know if I like this camera face tracking thing here. Lo and behold, guess who's right here? Guess who's right here? Who's my favorite furry friend? Hello, favorite furry friend. Come here. Hi, favorite furry friend. Thank you, favorite furry friend. So, as I've said before, my dogs will eat vegetables. They are amazing. They're very healthy dogs, you know, being the dogs of a registered dietitian. And remember from our last episode, when we roasted our cabbage, we love to roast vegetables at what temperature? That temperature. That noise when the stove is ready, or I should say the oven is ready. It's so exciting. And oops, look, extra broccoli. Oops, there it goes. So I've got my vegetables, my broccoli and parsnip ready to cut up. Ready to cut up. So silly. All cut up. So we are going to add some olive oil. And again, I'm no measurer. And we are going to add some not sea salt, but some kosher salt. Does this happen to you? I can never get that little thing to pop out. And some salt. And some pepper. Now sometimes I'll cut my vegetables so tiny and I'll roast them so they get all crispy, and then I'll throw that on top of some soup. So like if it was like a butternut squash soup, so like my roasted parsnips would almost be like a crouton on top of my soup. And that is how that looks. Okay. I'm going to spread out my vegetables. Here we go. I like to make a nice thin layer of vegetables to roast. So in a way, I am using every single ounce of vegetable that's in my home. And my oven, it smells a little funky. I wonder what happened in here. So say goodbye to the broccoli and the parsnip. What do you think, Lou? Looney, what do you think? Are you hiding from the oven? So, that's my Luna. She's my soul puppy. Okay, so let's check on our onions. Ah. B are starting to smell delicious. Worcestershire sauce. And I know I'm probably not saying that right, but that's me. And then I happen to have this product in my refrigerator. My husband bought it for something, so use it or lose it, I always say. And that's that. So we'll add those two things while our onion's cooking to flavor up our onion. And a little of this. And a little of this. Just a teeny bit. And so that's going to sort of season our onions a little bit. And then we're going to cover that and let that cook down for a few minutes. So while you're waiting, we will be right back. Hey everybody, we're back. So our next step with our Amish beef, or our, what else did I call it? Oh my gosh, it's just one of those days. Let's just call it Amish beef. So I'm gonna add my mushrooms. And this is just a package of pre-sliced baby Bella mushrooms. And I rinsed them out in the container, let the water come to the surface, and just sort of made sure that there was not a lot of dirt. Sorry, there's a dog in the way, and it's really hard to maneuver around my kitchen sometimes. So she likes to stay right by the sink, don't you, baby? Right by the sink? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, what can you do? Just added some water to this, which is a good thing because it was getting kind of burnt. Oops. So what will happen when we put the cover back on here is the mushrooms will start to release their liquids and it will form a nice gravy for us. So that is going. And meanwhile, I will turn it down to about 4. But that will be for our noodles, which I bought these because, you know, Amish country, Pennsylvania. So once the mushrooms and the onions start to come together, then I add the meat and I let the whole thing cook. And meanwhile, we're gonna come over here and talk about something else. So I have set up here, I took out all the raw vegetables I have in my fridge and I'm gonna make a salad. So we have a pretty big salad spinner in our house. And what I like to do is I like to make one giant salad and it will last us 3 dinners. So I have started with some butter lettuce and I have some leftover, some extra spring mix that's gonna go in there too. And this is usually the time when the dogs will crowd me because they know there's vegetables coming. So for example, it's my zucchini. And lo and behold, zucchini, chomp, chomp, chomp. Oh, here comes the other one. Chomp, chomp. Like alligators, I tell ya. So I just usually do like either a rough chop or, again, not the best with the knife skills, but it gets the job done. So I don't know if you can see the zucchini. I'll add a lot of different vegetables because I like a lot of texture and a lot of color. And here's a great opportunity for me to discuss the nutrition behind all the different flavor, all the different colors of vegetables. So what makes something green? What, Luna? What? Chlorophyll? Oh, so smart. So every color of a vegetable that you see is from a different flavonoid or antioxidant, if that sounds familiar. So that is also known as your vitamins and minerals. Oops, whoops, hang on. Sorry, gotta make sure all 3 dogs get equal share. Ooh, excuse me a minute. Okay, so I've got an orange pepper because they were on sale this week. Woohoo! And I've got a yellow pepper. They were on sale too. They were $1 each at the store. That's so crazy. So I always take the opportunity to get rid of the seeds. Those definitely don't go to the dogs. No seeds for you guys. No, I know you'd eat anything that fell on the ground, but if anyone else has a lab or a lab mix, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like a garbage disposal with a tail and some paws, right, guys? My mom was in town this weekend, so I'm going to give her a little shout out on my program. She had dropped off some peppers. Aren't these beautiful? So thanks, Mom. You're the best. Ooh, they're so crisp. And so those will get cut up in my salad too. And then I have cucumbers and then tomatoes to finish it off. And we will be back and I'll show you what a finished bowl of salad looks like. So hey folks, it's me again, Lisa Cooperman, registered dietitian. I'm gonna show off this beautiful salad in the container, in my big container. It's ginormous and really heavy. So I've already rinsed it. I'm gonna give it a good stir because you know all the heavy things fall to the bottom. And we are going to put in our Beyond Steak. So I'll show you what that looks like. And let me just make this opening a bit bigger. I know, it's so exciting, Pupper. And I might add a little more water to this. Now, if I had an open bottle of red wine, which, you know, I could open, but I won't, because I have to drive someone to fencing at 6 o'clock. Shh, maybe I should anyway. I'm just kidding. I will never do that. If I did have a little red wine open, I'd add that in there to help kind of make the sauce a little saucier. But the water will do the trick. So again, we're just gonna let that go. Stirring in some extra water to our meat, onions, shallots, and mushroom. And then when it heats all the way through, and comes together, we'll taste it and we'll see if it needs any salt, pepper, additional seasonings there. So that's pretty much done. Cover this back up. And so we have our water is boiling. We will add in our, whew, that was aggressive, our noodles. Give that a stir. And these two things go there. And meanwhile, back to the salad. So, salads are pretty great all on their own because of all these beautiful different colors that we have. But I like to make everything I eat as nutritious as possible. Hence being the dietitian I am. So, I do believe all foods can fit. You should never eliminate a group unless you really don't like it. And So this is our salad. However, we're not done. Of course there's going to be dressing, but I like to take the opportunity and add some additional things. So these are oven roasted walnuts. I'll add some of those. And these are pumpkin seeds. I'll add some of those. And I will also add, because I'm the one eating this salad, I will use my fingers. If I was serving it to someone else, I would not. These are black olives. So, what do all three things have in common? Pop quiz, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, black olives. What? You have an idea? Come here. Do you have an idea? Come here. That's not your idea. That's not the answer. Oh, now they're kissing each other. The answer is monounsaturated fats. So I'll be back with our final part to show you what the entire major dinner looks like. Hey everybody. So I'm here to show you what the final dinner will look like when you hopefully do it on your own. So just to mention that I really do love making these videos for you guys, and I hope that you guys are trying these recipes on your own. I'm going to put up at the end of the comments my personal email so that if you do have any questions regarding nutrition, or you've tried the recipe and you want me, then you can let me know if you like it or not, or if you have suggestions for our next recipe. I will gladly take your email. And so this is, I just put noodles in a bowl. And now I'm going to put in my Amish beef. And as well as a little of that. And then I'm going to come over here, and I accidentally kind of forgot about my parsnips and my broccoli. So they're a little bit crispy, but they're on my plate too. So that's my dinner. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great night.
Come on down, gather around, let's cook it right. With Lisa by our side, we'll shine so bright. A healthy fork, it's a fresh new start. Learning to nourish our bodies and our hearts. From the garden greens, grain so fine, Lisa shows.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.